So when I say income statement, it's normally presented in the following format. So this format is easy for any user of the account. So the way this is presented, revenue from the sale of good or services, that is whatever goods or services you're selling, the revenue which you're earning from it. From this, you'll add your other income, which is not the income in your normal day-to-day operation. That is, for example, if your company has invested in some other shares of some other company and you are receiving dividend out of it. So that's part of your other business income. So revenue from sale of goods and services, from that you'll add other income and revenue. From that we'll subtract the operating expenses. That is whatever expenses I'm incurring on my operations. See, if I'm earning revenue, so this revenue is from some goods which I've manufactured. So those are my operating expenses. So from revenue, I'll subtract my operating expenses. I'll subtract my financing cost as well. If I'm running an entity, if I'm running a business, there would be some loan which I've taken from the market, and on that loan I'm supposed to pay some interest as well. So the interest on the loan is known as financing charges or financing cost. From this we'll subtract our any unusual or infrequent item. So when I say unusual item, for example, I've got a furniture in my office, and during the year I've sold this furniture at a profit. So that profit is again an unusual item, and that should be added to my revenue if the furniture is sold at a profit. And if I'm selling the furniture at a loss, it should be deducted from my revenue. So revenue plus other expenses plus profit minus loss from unusual item minus operating expenses minus financing cost gives me my pre-tax earning. That is the earning before your income tax. Income tax is on the earnings. So my earning, if this figure, the figure which I've highlighted, if this figure is my earning, my income tax would be a percentage on this figure. So earning minus income tax gives me my net profit from continuing operation. So the operation which I'm continuing, which I'm running, the net profit from that is reflected here. There can be an operation which I've shut down, which I've discontinued. So that would be shown as a separate line item. So when I say line item, I mean I am supposed to show this in a separate line, such as this. So here I'm showing income from discontinued operation. From that, I'll plus or minus extraordinary items, which is net of tax. So any extraordinary items is supposed to be adjusted here. This is my cumulative effect of accounting changes. If I'm changing my accounting policy, so if I'm during the year, if I'm doing any change in my accounting policy, that is supposed to be adjusted here as well. After doing all this income, after doing all this adjustment, the figure which I get would be my net income. Figure which I get would be my net income. As the class moves on, we'll construct one net income statement, that is one income statement all by ourselves. Let me know in case of any query, otherwise we'll move on. Okay, students, we'll move on. The goal of income statement is to derive an effective measure of future earnings and cash flows. See, this income statement is effectively for the last year. The income statement which we have prepared is effectively for the last year, but income statement helps us to come up with future forecasted number. If my business is growing in a particular way, okay, so which I can check how my revenue is growing historically or how my net income is growing historically, and accordingly we can try to forecast our future number as well. So analysts need data with predictive ability. Hence, income from continuing operation is considered to be the best indicator of future earning. In a typical income statement, this means segregating the results of normal recurring operations from the effects of non-recurring or extraordinary item. That is, when I'm preparing income statement, I'll try to break it into two portions. A portion which is recurring because whatever is my recurring portion, that will happen again and again, and there will be a specific rate. There will be a specific way that this business would grow. Non-recurring items are those items which are one-off. I don't sell my office furniture on a daily basis. I sell goods or I sell services on a daily basis. If I'm running an entity, office furniture is sold once in a 6 years. Once in a 6 year might be like once in 4 years. It's a one-off event. So profit or loss which I'm earning by selling office furniture is shown as a separate item. That is the reason if you see out here, the last slide, unusual or unfrequent item is shown separately. We are showing this separately. Next is balance sheet. So balance sheet provides a snapshot of the company's financial condition. So it's a snapshot of financial condition, that is how many assets the company own and what are the liabilities of this company. So assets owned by the company can be plant and machine, furniture, it can be some debtors. Debtors are those people from whom I'm supposed to receive money. Liabilities are creditors, that is those people to whom I'm supposed to pay money. Loan, that is the loan which I'm supposed to repay back. There can be some promoters funding as well, that is there can be some promoter, and the money which I'm supposed to repay back to promoter. The money which I'm supposed to repay back to promoter is known as equity share capital. That is the owner of the business, the fund which you've infused. That fund is known as equity share capital.